Guys, this is Eric from ET Figure Unboxing, and in this video, we're going to take a look at Figma number 288, Heiwajima Shizuo from Durarara 2. I have been waiting for figures from this series for a very long time. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the anime because I've only finished season 1, but I do love the characters in there, and this line looks really promising. The last time I checked, this guy is sold out on AmiAmi, so that is a really good sign. We're gonna get more characters. We're already getting Izaya and Seruti, and Izaya has 2 versions, I believe. I pre-ordered all of them, and hopefully they can release more characters. And yeah, that's not wasting any more time. Here's the left of the box, here is the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. I do love the Figma packaging. I always love the color they choose and everything, so it looks really good. And let's bust this thing open and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure still in the inner packaging, and wow, he looks really good. This guy screams quality, but the amount of accessories, I feel like they give us just enough, like where you can't really complain. We can always use another face, but I think this is pretty good already. Figma nowadays are really expensive. They are at least like $60 like without shipping, depending on which characters you're getting. But the figure just screams quality. If you're buying like imported figures, you gotta think you are going out to eat at a very expensive restaurant. This is not Chinese food like panda or like pho from like Vietnamese food. This is sushi. Like this is Japanese restaurant. Japanese people do their stuff very seriously, and this guy, you know, you're paying for the quality. I'm pretty sure we're paying for the quality. Like, I know we want it to be cheaper, but you know, there's nothing we can do about it. This industry is really evil. Anyways, let's jump straight into the figure and see what we got. So here we have the figure itself, and as expected from Max Factory, this guy is done perfectly. It looks like he walked out straight from the anime. Like, he just looks that good. The paintwork is perfect, the sculpt is perfect, and he feels very sturdy. And let's jump straight into the articulation and see what we got. So before we get into the articulation, I want to make a quick note on how sturdy this guy feels. The joints are really tight, and I really like that, because this guy is obviously going to get posed a lot. He's such a fighter, so that is going to be very helpful. And at first I was kind of worried this guy's going to be a little bit flimsy like some of the other Figmas, because some of the other Figmas, I'm not sure if it's the QC control or something, they do feel a little bit loose at times, but not this guy. This guy feels really good. And as for the articulation, it's just a regular standard Figma, but we're going to go over it really quickly. He can look up and down, no problem. Well, not so much up, but he can look down quite a lot. And for the shoulder, the whole thing is just connect to like a ball joint. And I don't think he has a pop-out joint this time. Some Figmas do, but not this guy. And you do have a swivel over here throughout the shoulder, and everything feels very good. Here is your bicep curl, and the ab crunch is well hidden within the cloth. So you see like there's like a cut over here. So that allows you to over here as well. That allows you to do the ab crunch. So the ab crunch is there, and the outfit is on a softer material. Also, the pants over here, he can kick up that much, and he can like just bend that much. Like, it feels very good. He can basically do a very good kick. Like, yeah, you can pull off a really good kick. It's almost like Sanji from One Piece. So that is really nice. Yeah, I really like that. Alright, and let's jump straight into the accessories and see what we got. So this guy came with a default face, which is staring to the right, and that looks pretty good. A kind of evil looking smiling face. I really like this one. And finally, we have this kind of angry teeth clenching face, and that looks pretty good as well. Alright, so he also came with the alternative hairpiece for the sunglasses, and that looks really good. Sunglasses with the evil smiling face, and sunglasses for the teeth clenching face. Alright, so he came with a pair of display open hands, and these are pretty standard nowadays, and that looks pretty good. Alright, so next up we have the standard Figma holding hands, and those are very useful. He also came with a weapon, if you want to call this a weapon, but yeah, it's really nicely detailed, and the sign is really cool, and let's check out what he looks like with it. Alright, so here we have him assembled with the sign, and I think they really done a good job on the figure this time. Like, the sculpt is really nice. The more I stare at the figure, the more I like it. It's just a beautiful sculpt. I love it. Alright, so next up he came with a pair of hands for him to hold the cigarettes, and the cigarettes are extremely small. So, if you drop it on the floor, I don't think you can ever find it again. You guys have to be very careful with that. But it looks very good. Alright, so he also came with a hand for him to hold the cell phone. The cell phone is glued onto the hand, so you can't really remove it, but it looks very good. I really like that. Yeah, cell phone is very important for that anime. Alright, so lastly, he came with the alternative left arm, which allows him to put his hand into his pocket. And I also switched out the diaper piece over here. I'm not the biggest fan in terms of just switching these around because you will have to pull the legs out. And over time, it really wears down the joints. So I'm not the biggest fan, but I did it for you guys. I'm probably not going to do it too much, but you just have to remove this and then, replace it with the one with the pocket. So the pocket's over here, and then you can just put that right in, and that looks really good. I like it. All right, let's get into some size comparison. All right, so first up we have him next to some Avengers figures, and I think the scale here is pretty good actually. And next up we have some Dragon Ball figures, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with these. And next up we have some Naruto and Ultraman figures, and that looks really badass as well. Alright, so next up we have some Kamen Rider Ghost figures, and Kamen Riders always scales pretty well with Figmas. Alright, so finally we have him next to some of the Figmas I have around here. Except for Shiro looking a little bit big, everything else looks really good. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, this guy is definitely a must-have for any of the Figma fans. You don't even have to watch the anime to enjoy the figure. Like, he is really good. Great paintwork, great sculpt, great amount of accessories. I really don't know what else to ask for. This guy is a 10 out of 10. I hope the line does well, and it looks like it will do very well. Based on what I'm seeing over here, the figures is very durable, very fun to play with. Everything about it is nice. I will say get your hands on it as soon as you can. I might pick up a second one just so I have one to keep and one to play. This is Eric. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.